It's time. Time for the Burning River Sportscast. Welcome into a very special post game Burning River Sportscast after dark.
Yeah,
I'm Kenny Thunder with Ronnie Jams.
yeah.
Browns suck.
Browns do suck. Unfortunately, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Our streaming software decides it's going to change up basically every few weeks, and we have to try and figure it out on the fly. Um, and
It's
so
going well.
you're probably only seeing us on X right now, but we'll repost this to the other platforms as well. Um, but yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it all. Should we go home?
I'm home. Thank goodness.
The Browns, yeah. Before we get into that though, Kenny, I mean, you didn't introduce me, and I feel really bad about it. So
I said I'm here with Ronnie Jams.
okay, well, before we get started, you can find our podcast wherever you get your podcast. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castro, Good Pods, where we are number one ranked football podcast, and so many more. While you're at it, please leave us a review on your preferred podcast app. It really helps us grow and get seen. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, the only place that you can find our video podcast, unless it's tonight, and then you can only find it on X.
True.
And also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Handle for all those is at Burning River Sportscast. We are on X, obviously, with the handle at Burning River Pod. And while you're at it, check out our merch, www.thetapandmedia.com/shop. All kinds of stuff in there. And one final thing here before we get going, shout out to some of our sponsors, Towpath Distillery. Towpath Distillery, an award-winning craft distillery located in Akron, Ohio, focuses on high-quality spirits carefully made in small batches. Towpath Distillery, handcrafted, award-winning, small batch, local, and family-owned. And Primetime Sports and Framing, with locations in Hartville, Streetsboro, Belden Village, Great Northern, and Kent. They are easily accessible wherever you are in Northeast Ohio. With the best selection of autographed collectibles and world-class framing operation, they are your go-to for officially licensed memorabilia. Primetime Sports and Framing. You name it, they frame it.
That rhymes.
Yeah. Also, Primetime Sports and Framing, they provided the jersey for our giveaway, the David Njoku signed jersey for our giveaway, which we will be announcing the winner of that jersey later on tonight. So stay tuned for that.
Later on tonight. It's already pretty late.
It's pretty late, but they'll see it eventually, I guess.
Okay.
No, so today on the show, this is what we got for you: a recap of today's Week 1 loss to the Bengals, some hot takes from the Hot Take Hotline, our nominees for Dog of the Week, Sans Bone. We'll get his later this week. We'll get his tonight, and we'll give it to you tomorrow on social media. The announcement of the David Njoku jersey winner, like I said, what we expect the rest of this season, and there's probably going to be more, maybe not. I don't know. It depends on how turned up Kenny Thunder gets. He's pretty upset right now.
I'm sorry. Did you say we're doing Hot Take Hotline tonight? We usually do that for the week show.
No, we're doing it. I thought you said we were doing it tonight.
Oh, I don't have any way to play those through the live.
We'll do those later this week. We'll tell you about the Hot Take Hotline. But anyways, before we get started, let's remind everybody to call the Hot Take Hotline, the Burning River Sportscast Hot Take Hotline. Don't forget to call and leave your hot takes on the Hot Take Hotline. Remember, these are hot takes.
Yeah, we want hot takes. Yeah.
We want hot takes. The number
takes.
for that is 330-227-8081.
330-227-8081.
330-227-8081. I gotta say, Kenny, your new internet is working wonders. There's not this big delay every time I talk to you, or I'm waiting.
Do I look good?
You do. It's clear. It's usually really bad. You usually look like you're broadcasting from like Alaska.
I got some more megabytes,
and not like the inhabited part of Alaska, like the other part.
Oh, like upper Alaska,
mm-hmm.
like the frontier.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I mean, the show's off to a hot start already. So if you're still listening, thank goodness.
We're doing well. But let's get into it. Week 1 recap here. Obviously, we had the Bengals, and obviously we lost 17-16 as the final score today. There's more missed opportunities than I know what to do with here, but let's just go ahead and start with the Bengals offense against the Browns defense. Joe Burrow really didn't do anything for like the 100th time against the Browns. He didn't do anything. 14 of 23 for 113 yards and a touchdown. That's what you got.
Joe Burrow threw for 113 yards and we lost.
Yeah. It just, and before we even get into anything else, it just reminds me of last year so much was we couldn't score more than 16 points, so we couldn't win games.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. I wish I had some like very coherent thoughts and messages here, but this is just one that just makes no sense. If you look at the box score here, if you didn't know who won, you look at the box score. Uh, you would assume that the Browns have won this game because how could they not? I mean, if you look at total yards, 327 for the Browns, 141 for the Bengals. Passing yards, 278 to 95. Rushing yards, 49 to 46. First downs, 22 to 11. Better third down proficiency. More plays, 71 to 49 total plays.
You know what
Time
got us?
possession, 36 minutes to 24. Nothing about this loss makes any sense at all.
One thing does. You know what got us?
The turnovers.
Yep.
Joe Flacco, even when he takes care of the ball, is still a magnet for turnovers. Neither of those picks were on Joe Flacco.
They were just the most ridiculous
plays.
Like there was no reason either of those should have been intercepted, but they were.
No, and here's
especially I just think of the first one, and it's in the dirt where only what's the rule? Like if you're gonna throw it somewhere in traffic, you put it where only your guy can get it. And he did. And Jerry Jeudy proceeded to, and Jerry Jeudy didn't even make a bad play. Like, oh, he tossed it right into his hands. It like hit his legs and then kicked up in the air and somehow ended up in their hands.
I mean, the guy that caught it was horizontal in the air. I mean, the ball just landed in his hands. Here's the thing. What was frustrating to me was after this game, I saw a lot of people that were lauding the Browns. Oh, this was so much fun. This was so much better than last year. It was night and day watching Joe Flacco. This was at least a competitive win. This was the best Browns loss I've seen in a long time. Look, new team, new roster. We averaged 15.2 points a game last year. We scored 16 today.
Yeah, I mean, the title of this episode, if it's not showing up on X, it will be elsewhere when I post it. But the title of this episode is New Year's Same Szmyt.
Yeah, same Szmyt. Yeah,
and we'll get to that in a second. You're getting way ahead of yourself here, Kenny. Let's talk about our defense
frustrated.
A little bit.
Like this team sucks.
I know. Again, just to go back and reiterate what you said. Joe Burrow, 113 yards. Chase Brown, their leading rusher, 21 carries for 43 yards. And our defense, you have your studs playing lights out. Carson Schweizinger was all over the place. You had Myles Garrett was just 5 tackles. When's the last time you saw Myles Garrett have 5 tackles in a game?
Myles Garrett was lights out all day.
Yeah.
I'm done complaining about Myles Garrett. I can't. I mean, we get on him about taking plays off from time to time. He's the best defensive player the Browns have ever had, and I just can't. I can't blame him for anything anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything bad that happens,
playing for these teams, like how can you not take some plays off?
Yeah, anything bad that happens is never his fault ever again. I can't. I mean, he's as good as it gets, and this team loses in spite of having a Hall of Fame talent at defensive end that just absolutely wrecks games.
Yeah. And so I agree with you. I mean, we get on him a lot about taking plays off, but I would take plays off if I was him too.
Yeah. Take plays off, speeding tickets, whatever. Like I'm done. Like Miles, you can drive as fast as you want, wreck as many cars as you want. I could care less at this point.
As long as you can play on Sundays.
I think they held Cincinnati to 7 total yards in the second half. It was the least amount of yards in the second half a team has ever had and won the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say because like our offense played fairly well. I mean, other than once again, I think that the biggest red flag so far is we still don't have a running game to save our lives.
And like, I don't know, how many carries did Dylan Sampson get?
12 for 29.
12. So yeah, I mean, I felt like he ran hard.
The bigger red flag was Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford is not good.
Dylan Sampson looked fast. He looked strong. I liked like what I saw from him. Didn't get a ton of opportunities. Usually in a game like that, even where you're grunting out 2 and 3 yards a pop, usually you get one, that kind of helps boost the average, bumps you out, you get a break a 15 or 20 yarder somewhere in that. That helps the stat line. But Just didn't happen today. But I agree with you 100%. Jerome Ford, I never need to see again. Put him on the
If
trade
they cut him
block.
tomorrow, I don't think this team would
Yeah,
be any
get a
worse off
six
than they are
rounder
right
for
now.
him.
Especially
It's
now that you got Judkins signed. I mean, he's coming soon, so just get rid of Ford. Just be done with him.
well, and I get that he's a young player and they're trying to find a space for him. Um, because he's on the roster. But like he doesn't fit the mold of a third down running back. He's just not that guy. His hands aren't that good. He doesn't have enough power for short yardage. And I think Dylan Sampson showed he has really good hands.
Yeah.
That Raheem Sanders is fine as a third down bruiser for short
That's what I
yardage
said. With Judkins
situations.
coming in, get rid of Jerome Ford, and you literally wouldn't feel it.
Yeah, I mean Jerome Ford was a deficit every time he touched the ball today.
And it's been like this for years. I don't know why everybody keeps acting like he's going to turn into this stud running back. We've seen all we need to see from Jerome Ford. He's the same year after year after year. And one time every like 6 games, he's going to hit a big play for like 65-yard touchdown. And you're going to be like, oh, this guy's really good. No, he's not. He tricked
that's
you.
always
He
been the
tricked you.
story with Jerome, right? Like if he gets 25 carries a game, he'll break one during the game and he'll have 80 yards for the game. Great.
Yeah.
Like the stat line doesn't look all that bad, but like as an every down back, he's just not that good. And he's certainly not that good as a third down back. I really liked what I saw out of Dylan Sampson. Have no problem with what they did in short yardage and jumbo packages. That all looked fine. Jerome Ford just needs to get out of the lineup.
Yeah, I agree. And then, I mean, a couple things stood out with the receivers. First of all, Jerry Jeudy with his drops just keeps coming. He didn't fix that in the offseason. Don't get me wrong, he's the best receiver we have, but I don't understand how ball like it just hits him in the wrong spot every time, which is his hands. So I don't get it.
I'm going with week 1. Jeudy will be the worst Jeudy that we see, and he'll be better all year. That's what I'm hoping happens here. I mean, he's as close as we got to a number 1 receiver. He is a number 1 receiver. He's going to have to step it up and make those catches, especially on third or fourth down, like when it really matters. You can't drop the ones that are in your hand, buddy.
Yeah,
it just can't happen.
Well, I mean, it was in such a crucial part of the game. I mean, that would have changed you go up that another score, you go up a score there or whatever, continue the drive. I mean, that changes the whole outlook of the first half there. But Harold Fannin Jr. was the other one that stood out to me because you said before the season started, and I'll let you take this and talk about him because you said I mean, I know there was a lot of people high on him, but you picked him as your impact player for the season. So
yeah, I know he had one really bad drop in there, but otherwise, what do you have? 6 catches for 60 or 70 yards.
63.
Yeah, I mean, really nice debut for a local rookie. This guy is the full package from at least from a receiving tight end standpoint. This guy is fast. He's strong. He can make guys miss in the open field. Obviously, he's got a very diverse, versatile skill set because they even ran Wildcat quarterback there for a second where he came in. So I'm sure that we'll see that at some point again during the season, maybe even see him put a ball in the air. So yeah, I'm really pleased with what I saw out of him. I mean, I think he's one of the lone bright spots on this offense, especially considering I think what you saw today in a lot of ways was how weak this wide receiver room is. I mean, look, I'm rooting for guys like Cedric Tillman. I'm rooting for guys like Jamari Thrash. Like, I hope they become players in this league, and even Jerry Jeudy. Like, I'm hoping that he can, show up and be the guy that he was in a lot of games last year. But if you look at this wide receiver room on paper, it's one of the worst in the NFL, period. So you need a guy like Harold Fannin to really show up and make an impact. And so I think they do have something there with the tight ends between Njoku and Fannin. I think they'll be able to get some things done this year. I don't know that's going to help them win. This team kind of blows. So we'll see what happens.
And then Isaiah Bond was another one I wanted to point out. He was real quiet, 1 catch for 5 yards, but I think I just think that this points to he came in late. He's still got to learn the offense. So for all the talk leading up to the game, I saw multiple things talking about, Isaiah Bond's been so great this week. He knows the whole offense. He could just plug and play. It's going to take a minute. He's got to build that chemistry with Joe Flacco. He's got to build that chemistry with the rest of the team. And it's going to be a minute before Isaiah Bond does anything for us.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, the fact that they forced the ball to him early, I mean, I think just shows that they have confidence in him. They want to get him involved in the offense. So, as he gets more in tune with the playbook and is with the team a bit longer, I think he's going to be a guy that, again, the weakness of that wide receiver room. somebody's going to have to step up. He has the talent and the ability to do it. So hopefully we see more of him going forward.
Absolutely. And then let's go over to special teams, since I know we're all sick to our stomach about this. Andre Szmyt, everybody, I mean, even us, we were stoked that we finally got rid of he who shall not be named.
Yeah, look, I think we need to clarify this point right off the bat. We were stoked that they cut Dustin Hopkins because we knew he was a liability. Szmyt just happened to be the other guy in the mix. By no means was I rooting for Andre Szmyt to be our starting kicker. He was just, the probable upgrade over Dustin Hopkins, which, like, this front office just didn't take this position seriously in the offseason. They didn't think it mattered, and it's the kind of thing that I warned about during the preseason is going to come back to bite you. This guy's last professional job kicking anything was for a team called the Battlehawks. So that's not good. I mean, you watch other real teams. You watch other real teams that are competing right now. Buffalo is on TV. Their kicker went down. Who did they bring in? Matt Prater. He's been in the NFL for 19 years. He kicks. He's got a career long 62 yards. Like,
they signed like a proven veteran.
Yeah, like he's a guy that's gonna, until Bass gets healthy, is gonna be able to keep them in games and win games for them if they need it. The Browns just didn't address this situation, and I don't know if it's just because they didn't care. They didn't think it was that big of a deal. They had some money invested in Hopkins. We're hoping that he would pay out. And, I think ultimately, this team is still in a really bad contract with Deshaun Watson. Like, they probably didn't want to spend the extra money to go get a guy like a Prater that's out there.
Well,
I mean, Justin Tucker is out there. I mean, there's other guys that
even
are
Justin
proven
Tucker.
veterans.
Even Justin Tucker, I think, honestly, you probably pay him the veteran minimum right now because nobody's signing him. So that's the same. It's a little bit more than you're going to be paying Andre Szmyt. It's a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have
your
a
point. That's what
kicker.
makes me sick is there's just so many guys, and you just talked about some of the top guys. There's so many guys that are somewhere in the middle that could do better than everything we've had, and hopefully Szmyt turns it around and plays better. But I don't know if he's going to get a chance to because missing an extra point and a field goal after the problems we've had the last few years, he might be cut tomorrow.
It should be cut tomorrow. Yeah, you just can't waste any more time there. I mean, I think I'm sure he's a nice kid. He's a young guy. You want to be able to give those guys a chance, but you just can't keep going into games with a guy that is an absolute liability that way. So
No.
I would take Justin Tucker in a heartbeat. There's, like you said, middle of the road guys out there, Folk, Badgley, like other guys that have kicked in NFL games. It doesn't matter. Like deck of cards, pick one. Pick any of them. Yeah. Somebody that has made an NFL field goal before today.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Coaching today, the offense put up yards in the passing game, but again, the running game is non-existent. That carried over from last year.
Yeah, and it felt like the play calling too was very conservative.
You're probably right. I'm listening. Hold on, I just want to point out a couple comments here. First one, our boy Dewey's in the comments here. He laughed at us saying "same Szmyt." Apparently that was funny. Good job. But he said, "Give us Justin Tucker," and then highlight the comment after that. That was the better one. Stefanski doesn't have the balls to cut him after one game, unfortunately. Which, I mean, Dewey, you're 100% right. That's for sure. He's not going to do it. They're going to give him at least 14 games before they decide they've seen enough.
And look, I don't know. Like, is the plan just to lose?
That's my only thought.
Is this team not really built to win this year? Are they totally okay with winning 3 games because they want to be in that mix of the top 5 picks? And look, they owed the fans Joe Flacco. They know that he'll play competitive football, so the product on the field will be better. But they just don't anticipate winning this year, and they don't care. I mean, that's the only way that I can make this make sense in my head.
It's got to be. It's got to be. I mean, I'm with you. I just, it doesn't make any sense that you literally don't address the situation. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Dewey, you're right. I want to shout out one more. He didn't put his name in here, but I said he found us on Facebook this afternoon. Thanks for joining us from Arkansas. We appreciate it.
Arkansas, Razorback.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't root for them. They're not good. Root for Ohio State. Sorry if you just joined and I shit on your team, but here we are. But yeah, so coaching here, like I said, offense, passing game played well, but the run game was non-existent. And I'm hoping you talked about Jerome Ford not being a third down back and not a three down back in general. I'm hoping Judkins is the bell cow they're looking for, because that's the only hope in my eyes for this run game to turn around this season.
Yeah, I mean, Judkins will be a shot in the arm for sure. I'm looking forward to him. It's like when you look at that contract that got done, there's another one that just doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, let me
4 years, 11 million.
Yeah, they didn't want to sign him to a fully guaranteed contract because they were afraid he would miss time from suspension. So instead, they waited too long and signed him to a fully guaranteed contract just so he could miss some time because he wasn't with the team in time.
Yeah,
like
brilliant move.
It's the most Browns thing I've ever heard, and this is kind of the scenarios where, and I understand. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand all of the, the legal trouble he was in and everything else. Hold on. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by the Razorbacks comment here. But he that's true. A Woj. Yes, that is true. So, but yeah, I understand the optics of in things that they had to navigate around, but the bottom line is, like, this is another in a long list of things that we don't agree with Andrew Berry, and he gets
Just
all this praise
unforced
because
errors.
he's so damn good at moving numbers around in a book so that we can get as many players that look like they're for sure, like top tier talents on our team, just for them to come here and not pan out, be at the end of their prime or whatever the case may be. I mean, we got what's his name, Jog, the last few years that we had to deal with. They,
Thornton.
Yeah, Jog Thornton.
Thornhill.
Yeah, Thornhill. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I was so fed up with him, I can't even remember his name. He got a Brownie the Elf on his arm. That's all I know. But anyway, these are the type of guys that he brings in, and everybody overlooks it because he's so good at moving numbers around to work the salary cap. But the bottom line is there's not much talent. Most of the talent that's still on this team is left over from John Dorsey.
Yeah, I mean, we've had that conversation before. The number that I'd like to see Andrew Berry move, 34 out of Cleveland. Going forward, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, just another in a long line of unforced errors from this front office. The fact that Judkins wasn't on the field today. So, but anyway, he'll be a shot in the arm for the running game. I think again, I like what I saw out of Dylan Sampson. There wasn't a ton to go around today. The offense was a little bit anemic at times. I mean, they put up some decent numbers by the end of the game, but it just seemed like the play calling was very apprehensive to push the ball down the field, and I think some of that was just trying to keep Joe in check. But Joe is Joe, and Joe's gonna Joe, so you got to let him just push the ball down the field and see what happens. And he's going to throw some picks, but he's also going to throw a lot of touchdowns that way. So
he's going to throw some picks that aren't his fault. He just
well, yeah, even with him trying to take care of the ball and playing and calling the game conservatively, you still end up with 2 turnovers that way. So I'd rather see Joe, ball out, throw for 412 yards and 4 touchdowns and have the 2 picks. And I can deal with that, but let's put some points on the board. So yeah, it was an odd kind of, felt like we just wouldn't uncork the offense today all game long.
Yeah.
And even still, this team had plenty of opportunities to win. So here's the thing. We were just dogging on Szmyt.
Absolutely not, Dewey. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, Kenny. I had to interrupt you for that. I saw this comment come through. Should Stefanski survive another 3-win season? Absolutely not.
He shouldn't be here already.
Survive another sub 500 season. That's my opinion, but who am I?
We get a lot of action on the chat here today.
Aaron, I'm glad you gave me your name. He loves the Razorbacks.
I didn't realize Sanders was a Razorback.
Yeah, we should have talked about it more, but I like that his name's Rocket. But Yeah, where were you going? I get derailed. We can't have comments. I have
We're
ADD.
gonna have to disable the comments to have a show.
I have ADD, and this is not going to end well.
Yeah, I think the comments are supposed to just come on and then we just talk. I don't even remember what you interrupted. I was in the middle of saying something. You
We were talking about
interrupted
the
me.
coaching, and you said they didn't uncork the offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think
No,
I
I
was
don't know.
after. I was beyond that.
Defense picked up where it's been the last few years, though. I mean, Jim Schwartz is the truth.
Yeah, I've been saying I would have no problem if they just promoted him to head coach.
Yeah.
See you later,
Why-
Stefanski.
Yeah. We could do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what we got there, because the defense hasn't been a problem. Now let's go back, 6-8 months. Like the defense wasn't great last year. Now there were a lot of problems in offense, but that defense had a tough year last year. So, but and they started a little bit slow today. But man, I mean, you go back to that drive where they just got after Burrow on all 3 plays and just put him in the dirt, and
Dude,
that one, Miles absolutely clocked him. I mean, it was a thing of beauty. Him coming up through the middle there and
when he
just
when he had
absolutely
the
put him
stunt,
on his back.
when he came around and had the stunt and just
Yeah.
unblocked up the middle.
Absolutely beautiful thing to see.
I thought Joe was staying down, but to his credit, he did get up. It took him a second, but he got up. He pulled the old. He laid there for a second, and then he did the. I'm gonna pop up real fast before anybody knows that hurt really bad.
Oh, I remember where I was going. We were dogging on Szmyt. Holy Szmyt. Look, this team had plenty of opportunities to win that football game. It didn't have to come down to a young kicker to win that football game. Did it hurt that he missed the extra point? Sure. But they had plenty of opportunities to put the ball in the end zone in the last 5 minutes of the game. Yeah. And they didn't. So that's on Stefanski, that's on Flacco, that's on that offense, it's on that wide receiver room. I mean, there were plenty of opportunities to at least throw the ball in the end zone, and they didn't. So I have a hard time even is this, Szmyt's the guy that takes all the blame here, sure, because of the tightness of the game and the closeness of the score. But this offense put him in that position that the game was on his shoulders and probably shouldn't have.
To his credit, I mean, this is one of the reasons why everybody loves Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco came out after the game in his press conference and said, yeah, it's tough, but we've all been in that position. We've all felt like we let our teams down. He said almost verbatim what you just said. He said there's plenty of times that we could have won the game, and instead we didn't. And I know it looks like, he cost us the game, but it wasn't just that. Now I will say this: at least hit the extra point, and then we're going to overtime. That shouldn't be hard. That's the number one thing that the missed field goal. It's your first NFL game. I actually understand that. Extra points. We've got to hit extra point. How do you not hit an extra point? And then he pushed both of them, like you said. Like you're an NFL kicker now.
Generally,
at least overcorrect and pull the next
push
one.
To pull the next one. Yeah, at least make it look like you're trying.
Yeah,
now I'll just do the same thing over again.
What's the definition of insanity?
So
but with that, now this is 2 kickers though. So I mean, Bubba Ventrone, to me, he's got to be skating on thin ice because you just can't figure out kickers. You don't know how to make them kick field goals, which is their only job.
I don't know. I have nothing. This team is just so frustrating. Here's what I have is I felt like you actually did get a good effort out of this team today. I felt like the crowd was in the game. I felt like the offense was taking care of the football outside of the 2 very weird aberrations that turned into interceptions. Joe was very careful about trying to take care of the football. You got great performances out of that defensive line and even the secondary. Denzel Ward I thought had a really nice game in coverage. Newsome had a couple of decent plays. This team played
early, but he came back.
Yeah, this team played about as well as they can play, and they lost. So this takes me back to my original point going back into the preseason, which is what is our objective this year? What is this team after? And everybody said to me, well, obviously the Super Bowl is within reach, so Joe Flacco needs to start because this team could be on the cusp of a playoff berth. And I said all along, what does this do for you? Because if this team played as well as they can play today and lost the game, they're certainly not walking into Baltimore next week and beating that team. So you're starting the year 0-2 with Joe Flacco at the helm. Is it prettier to watch? Is it more fun to watch competitive football? Sure. And they're going to be in a lot of competitive close games this year because this team isn't absolute trash, but they're not as good as the other competition that's in the division right now and really across the league. So this team isn't competing for a Super Bowl. They're not competing for a playoff berth. And what do you have? You have the certainty of losing a lot of games this year, meaning you're picking high in the draft. You have anywhere from right now 5 to 8 quarterbacks coming into this draft that people are saying could be first round talents. And you have to maybe pick one. And you have 2 rookie quarterbacks sitting on your roster that we're all going to be scratching our head going into the draft going, God, why didn't we play either one of those guys last year to see if they were any good? Because now we got to pick a quarterback in the draft. We're going to have 3 young quarterbacks on this roster going into next year, knowing absolutely nothing after winning another 4 games this year. Great job, everyone.
Is that not good?
No, it's not good. I can win 3 or 4 games with Hawaii 5-9. I can win 3 or 4 games with Shedeur Sanders. I want to see which one of those, if either, can play at all, so I know what I'm doing next year. This team's going nowhere this year, and that's okay. They're not built for it. They'll play a lot of close competitive games. It'll be fun to watch, but it's always not fun to lose, and that's going to be the probable outcome of a lot of these games. And at the end of the year, and at the end of the thing, we're going to look and say, okay, another 4-win season. What did we get out of that? Well, we almost won a lot of those games.
What's the Browns saying? We almost always almost win.
You almost won today, but you know what? You're 0-1 in the division. You know who's 1-0? Cincinnati. You know who's 1-0? Pittsburgh. You know who's on the way to being 1-0? Baltimore. You're the only team in the division with a loss.
Yeah. I mean, let's pause here because I got to remind you that just I let you go on your tirade here and take off and take us all down in the dumps after week 1, thinking that's the end of the world. But let me remind you that just the last episode, do I need to replay your...
Are you telling me that it's going to get better? You think they're going to get better after today? You think they're going to? You think they're going to win 9 games?
I think we'll be a little bit better. Listen, I just want to remind you that your cold open to the last show was literally you talking about us going to the Super Bowl.
That was us living in the optimism of the offseason. That was the we don't know yet how this team is going to be. And what this team showed us today is this team is still the same team from last year, coached by the same shitty coaching staff with the same shitty admin looking over and overseeing everything and making poor decisions across the board. You still have Deshaun Watson on this roster just hanging out, talking to guys on the sideline. I
think that's the biggest problem. We can't start to heal until we get rid of the wound.
Meanwhile, the guy that we shipped out of here that cost us 11 draft picks since his departure that we spent on quarterbacks threw 3 touchdowns today in a win. So
you want to pan over to your bobblehead? Don't you have a bobblehead of him over there somewhere?
Somewhere.
Yeah, he's over there somewhere.
He's too high. I can't reach.
Yeah. Dewey threw out, we'll draft a QB. Sanders will get traded in the offseason. Dylan G will be a career backup. He's Hawaii 5-9 to you. And Stefanski will get another chance to show he still can't be trusted to develop a damn quarterback. I mean, that pretty much sums it up. That's what we said.
Yeah. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Aaron, I apologize for all of the negativity on this podcast, but we've been Browns fans long enough, and it goes like this, man. If we would have won today, we'd be saying Super Bowl, but we didn't win. So we're over here saying that it's going to be the worst season that we've ever had. I don't think anything tops last season, though. Last season was the worst season I've ever been a part of.
We're picking up right where we left off. So
yeah, agreed. Real quick here. I know it's hard to find a silver lining in a loss like this. It's always tough to watch, but we're going to do it anyways. Kenny,
we are.
Yeah. Who do you nominate as your dog of the week this week?
Who's my dog of the week this week? Of course you came to me first.
Absolutely, I did.
My dog of the week.
It should be easy.
Week.
It's your guy. It's your MVP of the team for the season. Come on.
We'll go Harold Fannin Jr. Yeah, he was good.
Don't worry, I'm here. All right, and I'm actually gonna go Myles Garrett for mine. I started the season off with 2 sacks. It's kind of hard to ignore that, and they just put the clamps on Joe Burrow all afternoon. So we don't have Bones pick. You guys will notice, anybody that was with us last week, Bone, or anybody that was with us last season, Bone has been on with us for the live shows. He's not going to do them this year. We'll get his picks and we'll include them for Dog of the Week going forward, but we don't have it this week. So, yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah, that's what we said.
That's what we said, Dewey. Either Garrett or Fannin Jr., and then Bone will throw one in there that nobody will vote for. So we'll have this up for you guys to vote on tomorrow. And then, whoever the fans choose, that's who's going to be Dog of the Week. We'll announce that on Thursday on our show. Besides that, I don't really want to keep beating a dead horse about how bad this loss was, because it feels bad every time we lose like this. It just feels so bad that I just want to talk about how bad it is.
This is really bad.
It's just over and over again. So let's get to some good news. Do you have any drum roll or sound effects that you could throw in here?
Man, you're really making me work for it right now.
Yeah, you're the producer. So
try this.
Oh, that's good, but hold it. So the winner of the David Njoku jersey giveaway is B. Boehner. That's Brennan Boehner. We picked him from Instagram. We'll be reaching out to coordinate getting you that jersey. We'll be reaching out tonight. Hopefully we get your information tomorrow. We're trying to get that thing framed before we send it out. So stay tuned, but I will be in touch, and congratulations to you.
Did you already reach out to him at all or no?
Not yet.
We just drew
you heard it here first.
Oh, you heard it here first. Okay.
Yeah.
Well done.
But yeah, next up here, final thoughts tonight. I'll go first, Kenny. We talked about it kind of before the show started. Every time you start a new Brown season, what do we think? Can the Browns lose anymore? Is it possible? Is this our year, or do we continue to lose? And I'm here to tell you the limit does not exist. The limit does not exist. The limit does not exist. We just lose and lose and lose. And we invent new ways to do it every single week. When I think I've seen it all, something else happens.
Yeah.
So what's your final thoughts this week?
My final thoughts on this week. I don't know if you guys picked up a copy of the new Madden game.
No.
But Madden,
I have 2 small children. I don't play video games. There's no time for that.
I mean, I don't have very much time either, but I managed to squeeze in just a tiny bit. My final thought of the week is Madden did Mason Graham so dirty. He's so fat in the game. And I was looking at him today and I was like, he's not that fat.
He's not that fat.
He's not a skinny guy, but he's
lost 60 pounds, but he's still fat.
They really put a belly on that guy. I was like, man,
that's messed
so
up, man.
dirty.
Don't they put a full bodysuit on him? How did that happen?
I have no idea, right? He was a first round pick. You'd have thought
bad job out of them.
They thought that got
really messed
right.
up. You think his people reaches out to their people and is like, you better fix this?
I mean, they should, because man,
he's out there looking like Jelly Roll.
Yeah, it's not good. I'll see if I can screen cap a picture of him and put it in the video for next week. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got, because this team disappointed me today. I think they're going to be disappointing all year long. Look, they're going to be in games this year, which is different than where we were last year, where this team was just absolute trash. It's going to be more competitive football. But at the end of the year, 5 wins is 5 wins, and that gets you nowhere. And I just think we need to just prepare ourselves for that ultimate reality. As much as we want to say it's early in the season, it's just one game, it's just week 1. Catch me next week when you're 0-2. It's going to feel bad. And these first 6 weeks are against some pretty good football teams. So we're going to get to that, 2-4, 1-5 mark pretty quickly here, where the season is lost and we're all thinking about the draft and, Arch Manning or whoever, the people are going to want as their
Arch
new young now. Quarterback. Yeah, he has something going on with his shoulder. So
every time he throws, he winces.
We'll see what happens there. But look, this is a quarterback heavy draft class. At least that's what they're saying right now. So it's going to be nonstop talk here soon about who the heir apparent to Joe Flacco is going to be.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we could be a little bit happier as the season moves on. But there's a saying that my mom used to tell me: hope in one hand and shit in the other, and see which one fills up faster. So here we are.
I ate a lot of buffalo chicken dip today.
Thank you. So let me one more time remind everybody to call the Burning River Sportscast Hot Take Hotline.
Hot Take Hotline.
Don't forget to call and leave your hot takes on the hot take hotline. Remember, these are hot takes. We want hot takes.
We want those hot takes.
I'm glad you updated that. 330-227-8081.
330-227-8081.
330-227-8081. Dewey, thanks a lot for joining us. I know you're a regular on here. We really appreciate it. Aaron, we appreciate having you on as well. Some of these other people, thank you so much.
Go Razorbacks.
No, don't say that.
Oh.
OH.
ARKA Kansas.
I don't know what you're. Stop it. Be sure to check out our gear, www.thetappingmedia.com/shop. Kenny, that'll do it for us. What can we expect this week?
What can we expect this week? Sorry, I was I was distracted. I had a stream of consciousness going on there, like you, some little ADHD.
I like Dewey's last comment for me. Absolutely. Rebuilding.
Gonna leave that.
Rebuilding since 1999.
Gonna leave that on the show.
Yeah.
So we sign off here. Yeah. So anyway, we'll get to our normal show tomorrow. That's going to come out Thursday. We'll preview week 2 against the Ravens. We have the Frederick, Maryland Browns backers. Crab cakes of football. That's what Maryland does. And of course, the rest of our normal shenanigans. So
yeah.
Lots of fun stuff for this.
Yeah, don't forget to check us out on social media. Tappin Media is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Tappin Media. And Burning River Sportscast, that's this podcast is on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Burning River Sportscast, and on X at Burning River Pod. And you can find our podcast wherever you get your podcasts. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Podcast, Castro, Good Pods. We're your #1 ranked football podcast, and so many more. And
many more.
Please leave us reviews on your podcast app of choice. It helps us out, helps us grow, helps us get seen. So please, reviews, we need them. Probably gonna we should run a giveaway for review leavers.
Reviewers? Yeah, I like it. This is the most negative podcast ever.
Aaron came back and said, I get it. I was just kidding. So he knows.
Arkansas, the home of William Jefferson Clinton, our favorite son.
That sounds like a problem.
Don't just be a part of the problem, be the whole damn problem.
And only you can prevent river fires.
Burning River Sportscast. Burning Rivers. Good night, Cleveland.
Good night, Akron.